The diamond system parallel shift method, everyone. A lot of you have asked about this, and it's time to cover it. By the time you get done with this video, you're going to have a great understanding of how to pull this off. Now, before we get into it, I want you guys to do me a favor and check out my new website. Pretty proud of it. My grandson, my son and I, we've worked hard on it. And I'll tell you what, we've got a really good array of merchandise and items, pool-related items, that have our logos on them, like Practice with Purpose, as well as Keep On Practicing. Go ahead and check that out, and if you feel the need to help the channel or support the channel, go ahead and make a purchase. We would greatly appreciate that. So now let's get into this. If you don't know the diamond system, I'm going to quickly show you that. Now, we're going to count from this side, because this is where we're going to be kicking from. In this cushion right here, we start at 0 at this corner pocket, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the locations for our diamonds. The fourth one is the actual pocket of the side pocket. And then on this side of the table, it's the same thing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to double the numbers from this side. So in this case, I'm going to look at the second diamond in the 8 ball, or the pocket. And then we're going to go ahead and look at the angle into the second diamond, which is at this pocket. So that's 4 over here. So we've got 1, 2. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. So that's the diamond that we would line up to with the cue ball where it's at. Now, we're going to also look at it when the cue ball is over here, and that's the parallel shift. So hang on for that. But now first of all, let's go ahead and just prove that this will work. And let's see if we can hit that 8. Key here is I want to hit a center on the vertical axis of the cue ball, and I want to hit above the equator, not below or at, but above it just a little bit. So I got to have running spin or just forward roll. I got to hit this at the right speed too, so it's a medium speed hit. I don't want to hit it too hard or not too soft. And that's good right there. Now, let's put this 8 ball back out there, and let's go ahead and move. We were right in line with this pocket, and now let's move it over here about that much. Now we would parallel shift, and I'll show you how to do that. But let's first mark that spot over there where that diamond is. I'm going to use these little miniature traffic cones so it gives you guys a better visual. Of course, we wouldn't be doing this in a game situation, but for this tutorial, it'll help you better understand what we're doing here. Now I'm going to go ahead and line up to the side pocket just to verify, yep, that's where we want to be. And you got 2 ways you can do this. You can pick your cue up and you can try to hold it in the orientation and go here. Now I already see that I brought the tip over too much that way, and I don't like doing that for that reason. And in fact, if I look at where the cue ball is and I look at this diamond over here, we need to be the same distance from this diamond as we are from that diamond, right? So if I look at this and I bring it over to here, that's one way to do it, but look at this here. If I just look at that dimension and I visualize that dimension over there, that's where it would be. Actually, it's this diamond and that diamond. Those dimensions are the same if we look across here when we're over top of the cue ball. So that's a good way to verify that. Now I want to mark that spot right there. So I got this other traffic cone, and we're going to put that right there. Now, how is that going to hit this? Let's see. Let me just double check this as well. That's got to go over just a little bit. If I shoot at that cone, I will not make that 8. In fact, let's try it. I'll show you. This is the secret of this shot. If I hit just center on a vertical axis, watch this. You see that? Not even close. So here is the secret. We split the difference. Let's see where we were at here again. It was right there. So I got to get that thing right back in the line where it was. But what we're going to do now is we're going to split the difference. This is the key. So I'll put another cone out there, and I'm going to aim at that, and I'll make that 8. Now, this is the secret of this shot, and it works. Center axis, vertical axis, medium speed hit. So let me jump in real quick to avoid any confusion. Now, obviously, we cannot use markers on the rail when we're playing in a tournament or maybe on leagues or whatever. So let me show you what you're going to do here. Now, we can get rid of this traffic cone because we already have a diamond to look at, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and parallel shift from that diamond to the cue ball. We look at that distance. That is that traffic cone right there. So I'm going to take that cone away right now, and you can see what I'm going to do. Parallel shift from the pocket to the diamond. that distance, boom, that's where it's at right there. And what I do, get this cone out of there, what I then do is I look at the distance between here, and I split it. See, I don't need a marker. I just look at the center between that tip of that cue and that diamond, and I look at that spot right there, and then I pinpoint on the rail, on the cushion right there, and then I just come right down to it and I make the shot.
And to show you how the parallel shift works all the way down the length of the table, here I'm starting at the second diamond to the first diamond directly into the corner pocket. Now notice how I've parallel shifted and split the difference in half. And I'm going to do that for 3 shots here. Now we're down to the fourth diamond to the second diamond, and I'm splitting the difference in half once again. So I'm not even marking the rail like I was showing you in my earlier part of my video. Now this third attempt, I'm going to move the cue ball even more off to the side, which will make me parallel shift even further apart from the line. So here you'll see that I'm visualizing the nosing on the cushion right there. When I get down on the shot, maintain a level cue, medium speed, center on the vertical axis, and make the shot.
So now let's address the elephant in the room. What happens if our cue ball needs to hit the cushion right where the side pocket is? Well, let me show you how we can make this shot. We're going to go ahead and pocket that 8. We're going to hit short of the corner or the side pocket just before the point. I'm going to add about 1/4 of a tip of running spin. That's right spin with a little bit of top. Nice level cue, medium speed hit. Very, very simple. So that's the way to get around that shot. I want to address something as well. Why is it that I hit center on the vertical axis of the cue ball and not use running spin all the time? Well, as I mentioned, it's a little bit more predictable when we hit on the center line of the vertical axis. This being said, I do use running spin on some 3-rail and 2-rail kick shots, primarily 2-rail. Now the key on this is that we want to stay consistent with that, or you're going to be chasing your tail. If you stay consistent, like a 1/2 tip always, you're going to then be able to judge and understand what that cue ball is going to do. Now that is one way to look at it, but I look at it in another way as well. I try to familiarize myself with not only center on the cue ball, but any running spin as well, because there are times when there's a path that's blocked and we may have to use running spin even though we're accustomed to using center cue ball. So that's the logic that I have there. That's how it's done. You know, I have AccuFast rubber on this table. It's an Olhausen table. And I will tell you this, that a diamond table will kick differently than this table. Usually kicks a little shorter, so you're going to have to experiment if you have a diamond table. I know that some will probably say, oh, it doesn't work. Well, different tables are going to be different. Every table, in fact, even diamond tables from one to the next could be different, right? But on this table, that works for me. Okay, and you can experiment with your table or one at the billiard hall, and you'll be able to figure it out from there. A lot of players like to use running spin. I use center cue ball in this case, and then I just go and split the difference. If I were to stay over to this cone here and use running spin, I could make the shot. But it's a lot more controllable if I just hit center on the cue ball vertical axis and split the difference and shoot it that way. So I hope this is helpful to you guys. Leave some questions and comments in the comments section. Hit the thumbs up and share this video. It really helps my channel and I need your help. And the other thing is too, go ahead and check out that website. I want you guys to take a look at all of our new merch. I'm pretty excited about it. And pick something up if you feel the need and you want to support the channel. And if you want to see another informative tutorial, watch this one right here. And until next time, like I always say, keep on practicing.